Hello, my name is Kevina. Thanks for watching Kevina Talk and welcome to today's video. There is a lot of global concern over the rising cases of overweight and obesity. This does not imply that underweight is non-existent. Actually, there are so many cases of underweight globally. In fact, a recent report by the World Health Organization indicates that there are over 460 million adults who are underweight. Now, this number does not include people of other categories like children, adolescents, and pregnant women, among other categories of people. Another study also indicates that of the many people who are underweight in the world, majority of them live in Africa and in Asia. And in Africa, East Africa specifically houses the largest number of these people. In today's video, I would like to talk about what underweight is and how you can tell that an individual is underweight. This person could be your child, your partner, or your friend, or any other person. Moving forward to what underweight is. Underweight is ideally a weight status that is considered too low for one's age or height. It's a manifestation of malnutrition and specifically undernutrition. Allow me to mention this before I proceed. Malnutrition has two broad forms, that is overnutrition and undernutrition. Overnutrition includes overweight, obesity, and the associated non-communicable diseases. On the other hand, undernutrition includes wasting, stunting, mineral and vitamin deficiencies, and underweight itself. Here is how we determine that an individual is underweight. The World Health Organization provides several screening tools for determining underweight among different categories of people, which depend on an individual's age, sex, and physiological status. This includes weight for age, weight for height, and weight for length that are used in children. Now, weight for length is only used in children who are less than 2 years old, or if a child is above 2, but the child cannot stand. So in that case, it's impossible to take the standing height, and therefore you take that child's length instead. Then we have the body mass index for age, which is used in children aged 5 to 19 years. And then we have the body mass index, which is used in adults. Then we have the mid-upper arm circumference, which is used in children from 6 months of age, and even in adults. In children and in adolescents, an individual is considered to be underweight if the weight for height z-score is less than -2 standard deviation units, or a body mass index for age that is less than -2 standard deviation units, according to the World Health Organization standards. Now, in adults, underweight is defined as a BMI which is less than 18.5 kilograms per square meters. Underweight is also graded from mild to moderate to severe. An adult is considered mildly underweight if the BMI ranges from 17 to 18.49 kilograms per square meters. A person is considered moderately underweight if the BMI ranges from 16 to 16.99 kilograms per square meters, or an individual is considered severely underweight if his or her BMI is less than 16 kilograms per square meters. Just like overweight and obesity, being underweight is equally dangerous, and it has devastating effects on one's psychological, physical, as well as the physiological well-being. In addition to all the above, I would also like to share with you some of the observable features that could suggest that an individual is underweight. First of all is if the clothes meant for that particular age category do not fit that person. Then secondly, if an individual has a very tiny waist, a tiny waist is ideally a sign that an individual has very little subcutaneous fat, which is typical of underweight individuals. Then thirdly is if an individual feels too cold even when it is warm. This ideally means that the person has very low subcutaneous fat, which is protective against cold. Then the other one is presence of joint pains. Another one for ladies is if the chest is much more pronounced compared to the breasts themselves. The other one is sunken eyes, a thin face with a wrinkled skin, and an old age appearance. In other words, the person looks much older than his or her age. Then the other one is if an individual has mood swings. In other words, that person is often irritable and is faced with depression and anxiety. Then the other one is presence of prominent bones, including the shoulder blades, the ribs, and even the joints. Then another one is insomnia, which is a sleep disorder characterized by difficulty catching sleep, staying asleep, and waking up early and failing to catch sleep again. The other one is feeling tired even when an individual is from sleep. Another one is dry skin. Then another one that is actually very important is frequent infections. In other words, an individual is frequently ill. A person could suffer from, could have multiple episodes of yeast infections, malaria, pneumonia, cough, flu, and so many others. And finally, if an individual has reproductive complications such as infertility, miscarriages, sexual dysfunction, irregular menstrual times, and if the individual is an adolescent, there could be a delay in the onset of menstruation. In summary, underweight equally has devastating health effects like overweight and obesity. If you think you know anyone who is underweight, please do advise them to visit a healthcare provider who will carry out a proper nutrition assessment and give the necessary advice. And if you have liked today's video, do hit the like button and share this video with anyone who might need this information.